What is going on, my man?
Big news to talk about city council voting, keeping Project Marvel alive. You know, that's funny how slim a margin it was. So that means that we'll talk about it and share our thoughts. But there was some dealings, nefarious dealings going on behind the scenes here.
Oh, most definitely, man. Hey, Sean Elliott for mayor, by the way. I want Sean Elliott to lead city council and the city of San Antonio into the future after last night's or yesterday's speech there at city council chambers.
Yeah. Most definitely. Happy birthday to Mr. Sean Quintero today, by the way.
That's right. He's first in line. Happy birthday, Sean.
Look at Greg. Woke up with two things this morning. Oh my God. Is Sam Salinas in the house? Matt Gomez, Greg, thank you all. Jason Garcia in here. Sam Salinas. Y'all are funny, man.
Gina Ortiz Jones issuing a statement after the loss yesterday.
Yeah.
She ain't gonna give up, man. She wakes up with two things in the morning. We'll talk about that as well.
Yeah, well, she wakes up with the desire to shipwreck the city of San Antonio from growing.
Yep. All right, 15 seconds out, Joe. Let's make this happen.
You remember that infamous phrase? Down goes Frazier. Down goes Gina.
Area 210, where the dreams don't fade. From the river walk nights to the Alamo shade, we rise together through the highs and the lows. Area 210, oh, it's the life that we chose.
We're rising together on a Gina Took the L Tuesday. This is the Area 210 podcast, powered by P.F. Chang's La Cantera and Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio. Hope everyone's having an amazing Tuesday morning. It's a good day for Spurs fans, at least for the moment, because it looks like the city of San Antonio and the Spurs took a small step towards getting the new arena, the new entertainment district, after city council and the mayor in total rejected the idea of bringing the whole thing up to a revote. Again, it fell 6-5 yesterday. Gina Ortiz Jones convinced not only herself, but convinced 4 other council members to, go over the will of the people, if you will, and ask for a revote. But 6 city council members, 5 of the women, by the way, Joe, voted in favor of the voters and voted to move forward with this project of the Spurs as they try to get a new arena by 2032. Joe, 6-5, dude. It was close.
It's a closer margin than I think we would have anticipated, but that just goes to show you the nefarious dealings that were going on behind the scenes, where some of the city councils may have made it appear that they were going to vote against it, but in the last second effort by Gina Ortiz Jones, she may have swayed the vote and thinking that I got enough, but there was one low holdout there that said, nah, I'm good, dog.
Yeah.
Somebody pulled a Game of Thrones at the last minute and said, nah, man. This ain't it.
So it's interesting because the Spurs yesterday had Sean Elliott and R.C. Buford out there speaking on behalf of the team and how important the team is to the city of San Antonio, how important the city is to the culture of San Antonio and the fabric of the city. And at no point did anybody think that this was going to go the other way, but 6-5 is pretty close. Is 6-5 the type of loss where Gina Ortiz Jones thinks to herself, man, I got to keep with the fight, man. She has shown her true colors. She doesn't want the Spurs to advance to a new arena. She doesn't want the Spurs, the city, to have a new entertainment district. She doesn't want any of that, dude. She would much rather have the city of San Antonio send back all that money, the $400 million from the state of Texas, would rather have that go back to the state than to be used in San Antonio, which is a weird hill to die on, right? But there you have it, man. KSAT 12 put up this graphic here.
Well, it was
where it
courtesy
shows
of Chris
those who
Duell.
voted for and against. And Chris Duell calling him the Sacred Six. He actually photoshopped it. This KSAT 12 who created this.
Yeah.
But the 5 that were against it, Joe. District 2, Jalen McKee Rodriguez, the guy who feels that it's professional to do a talk explaining himself to his constituents while in a black wife beater, leaning back in bed. That's District 2. That's the east side. District 4, Edward Munguia. District 5, Terry Castillo. District 6, Rick Galvan. So if you want to know this area, Joe, District 2 is where? East side. They're pissed off. Why? Because nothing ever materialized when the AT&T Center, or previously the SBC, which turned into the AT&T, which turned into the Frost. Nothing materialized out there on the east side. Businesses were not attracted to go off to Houston Street over there. So east side pissed off. I kind of get that, Joe. That I get because nothing ever materialized. District 4, Edward Munguia. That's the southwest side. That is the Southwest Military Drive. Your district council member voted against the Spurs. So think about that, Joe. All the Spurs fans that celebrate after playoff victories, honking horns where? Southwest Military Drive, right? The guy that represents that district voted against the arena and the entertainment district. District 5, Terry Castillo, heart of the west side. Okay, this is the west side. This is the inner west side. This is the Edgewood area, the areas that have the Memorial Minutemen, St. John Bosco. The west side voted against this. And then you have District 6, Rick Galvan, which is actually the one that was the surprise vote, I guess you can say. I think everyone thought that he'd be part of the move forward with the arena crowd. He represents District 6, which, if I'm not mistaken, is the Jefferson High School area, the west of downtown, Jefferson High School, Edison High School, Los Barrios Mexican restaurant area. That's where he represents. Who voted in favor? We're looking at District 1, District 3. Again, the ladies came in full force. Basically, if you were north of 410, if you were on the north side, the northeast side, north central side, northwest side, you voted in favor of all this. It was the east side, the west side, the south side, and the inner west side that voted against it. Joe, what are your thoughts?
Thoughts, just like I said, man. Look, you're looking at the number of female councilwomen, right, that voted in favor of moving forward with Project Marvel. There was a lot of them. Look at how many there are, Mike. There's like 5 out of the 6 votes that got, the let's say Project Marvel moving forward were women. That just goes to show you that this is forward thinking, but more so, how many of these women have a personal vendetta against Gina Ortiz-Jones and just don't like her? I think that speaks a lot more to it than just, hey, it was pretty cut and dry. There was probably a lot of other things that go on behind the scenes that we're not a part of. But I like the vote regardless of how they felt. They went ahead and moved forward and voted based on what? On what they want to do with the city moving forward. They want to propel it into the future. And this is something that's going to be, like I said, it's as impactful as the hemisphere vote was way back then. And that received a lot of pushback as well, from a lot of the older crowd, right? They didn't want to go ahead and see the Tower of Americas. They didn't want to see Hemisphere. They didn't want to see all these buildings being erected. They didn't want to see San Antonio be propelled into the modern era. And that Hemisphere project was huge for San Antonio, huge for the San Antonio Spurs. And it's like revisionist history again, right, Mike? Project Marvel coming through. Spurs need a new arena. There's going to be a sports and entertainment district built downtown. It's going to be great for the city, great for the community, and great for the people that live here. And it's a very heated discussion when it comes to it all. And these people voted based on wanting to move the city into the futures. And that's what I believe that everybody else that's going behind Project Marvel wants as well. It's more than just a Spurs arena. The Spurs arena, yes, that's a great thing to have, especially downtown, but more so, how is this going to be impactful to the community as far as jobs? How is that going to be impactful to the city as far as getting a lot of these, let's say, conventions, Mike, NCAA tournament coming to town, and bigger opportunities for us? It's a big, big deal, man. So I'm glad that they voted for it.
Joe, let's do it from an economic standpoint. If you were to rack and stack the 10 districts and say who has the most money, who has the least money, you can argue that districts 2, 4, 5, and 6 have the least amount of money in the city. The East Side, South Side, Inner West Side. Basically, this was a dividing line between the haves and have-nots in the city when it comes to the vote. Gina Ortiz Jones, I have said this before many times, and I'm not saying this in a way that is being condescending necessarily or any other thing than that. She's the Pied Piper of poor people and poor person's mentality. And look what she got. I understand, even though we all don't like Jalen McKee Rodriguez, okay, we don't like him. I get that. And it has nothing to do with the sexuality. Nothing to do with that. But you know how I make fun of Gina Ortiz Jones for not dressing the part, like she's like the mayor of the 7th largest city in the U.S.
Yeah.
Jalen McKee Rodriguez does not present himself to be professional either. And how he addresses the media, how he addresses people, his constituents, how he dresses himself and all that stuff. Although he was dressed nicely at City Council chambers the other day. So I'll give him that. I understand why the East Side's mad. I mean, if I was living on the East Side and I was promised that there'd be a development in the East Side area if the SBC Center was built there, East Houston. But then you look at the area, though, Joe, and I never saw that vision there. Because how are you going to build a complex there when there's all this stuff already there? You have the Big Red and Coca-Cola bottling plants across the street. You have Willow Springs Golf Course on the other side. What are you going to do? Tear down the Freeman Coliseum? You know, are you going to tear down the state? There was no way in the world there was ever going to be a development on the East Side. But I can understand that McKee Rodriguez going out there and representing the East Side saying no because they're pissed off about that. And now the Spurs would be leaving the East Side, right? I understand that, and I understand the Pied Piper of the poors, Gina Ortiz Jones, being against it. But my man, Edward Munguia, District 4, where San Antonio goes to party when the Spurs have playoff victories, what are you doing, my man? What are you trying to get out of this? Everybody in the Southwest Side, Joe, South Side, is a Spurs fan. If there is 3 things that are true about the South Side, 4 things to be true. They love Mexican food, they're Catholic, they're Cowboy fans, they're Spurs fans. Check, 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 check. And he went against the Spurs, Joe. Who exactly is going to re-elect this guy, Edward Munguia? He went against the Spurs when, by the way, the arena would be moving where? Downtown, kind of closer to the South Side.
Yeah.
Providing more jobs for people potentially in the South Side. What is he doing? Now, District 5, Terry Castillo. Dude, District 5 has been complaining about progress from the longest time, dude. You know, for the longest time, the West Side will forever be a poor side of town. That's just the way that life is. The District 5 will forever be pissed off about not getting what they want, right? And I get it, man. The potholes suck on the West Side. District 6, Eric Galvan. Come on, man. This should have been a 9-3 vote, or a 9-2 vote, rather, is what it should have been. The fact that 6-5 came to be absolutely sucks. And you know what? It fuels Gina Ortiz Jones, who after the whole thing released a statement, Joe, that was completely asinine. Her statement coming out basically not admitting defeat, not admitting surrender, you know, comes out and says, quote, "I will always fight to ensure our community has more of a say in how their money is spent, not less. They deserve that. Unfortunately, based on the council's 5-6 vote today, city voters will not have the opportunity to vote on the city's $489 million contribution to the Spurs Arena, as the term sheet remains non-binding. I look forward to working with my colleagues to ensure the final term sheet that will come before us for a vote is in the best possible deal for our city. This was a pivotal vote in our city's history, and I'm thankful to everyone who made their voice heard."
So what does
End
Gina
quote.
say? So you're telling me there's still a chance to derail the project?
So I was thinking, Joe, if there was a sports gif To describe what happened to Gina Ortiz Jones,
Yeah.
I got one for you. It was Tony Romo mishandling the field goal snap,
Football.
spinning around and trying to make his way to the for a touchdown and getting stopped a foot shy of the end zone. That was Gina Ortiz Jones. She was one vote away. Hey, you know what? Maybe she shouldn't have been cussing out members of city council behind closed doors. Maybe she
But-
shouldn't have been censured.
What did she say? But I apologized. I said I was sorry. The
I said
damage
I
was
was-
already done.
Exactly.
You know what this reminded me of? The misinformation campaign by the mayor of San Antonio, misleading the people, right? Lying through her damn teeth. It was reminiscent of the Cambridge Analytica scandal from back when. Remember when they were weaponizing social media by misinformation campaigns, spilling out lies and bunch
Yeah.
of nonsense that was not true at all, just to go ahead and get in the heads of the people, to go ahead and kind of sway their vote, even though it came to, be defunct, a lot of the stuff that was being put out there. All these are lies. These are nothing more than fabrications. Didn't matter. Once the message got out there, whether it be actual and factual, meaning it was good, solid evidence, or it was made up and just plain, lies, it was out there in front of the people, and they were actually making their decision based on the information that they ingested via social media. This was the same thing that was going on with Gina Ortiz Jones. She
Mhm.
made it clear she wanted to get on the air, and what happened? Local television stations went ahead and gave her airtime, right? KSAT 12, KENS 5, News 4. She was always out there spreading her lies to everybody, whether it be true or not. But the message was clear. She wanted to go ahead and get in the heads of the people. She wanted to go ahead and say, I'm going to go ahead and spread this information campaign because I want to go ahead and sway this vote so we can get that vote, so we can have the people vote in November, right? Let's see if they want to go ahead and move forward with the funding for the Project Marvel project. And this was like her planting the seeds, Mike. She had to have this vote in order for her other plan, which was the misinformation campaign, to take effect and do what? Sway the vote in her favor. But it all
you
fell apart
imagine-
with the city council vote.
Joe, can you imagine if she had gotten her way yesterday?
Now, she almost did. She was almost
But
victorious.
can you imagine if she did?
Oh, dude, she'd
I
be
tell you
flying
what,
on cloud nine.
I tell you what would have happened the next moment if one vote had gone the other way, and it would have been 6-5 the other way. The Spurs would be exiting San Antonio.
Yeah.
They would begin the process of like, okay, well then you know what? Maybe let's start dating around. You don't want to be married to us? Maybe we'll kick the tires and start dating around. Backdoor channel, whatever the case may be, they would have done that, Joe. And that's not me trying to, embellish or whatever. If you are business owners, if you are Michael Dell, if you are the Holt family, if you are the owners of the Spurs franchise, why would you want to do business with her, especially if she had the political power to undo a vote, a
But it also
citywide,
sends
countywide vote?
a different message to any, let's say, outside businesses, big businesses, right? Outside of San Antonio, it could be in another state, looking to go ahead and move their headquarters here to San Antonio. Now, with this debacle that's going on, and you see what this mayor is all about, why would you want to go ahead and move a big name company over here?
Right.
Why?
Right. It's a joke. It's a joke. The Spurs are a model franchise who gives so much to the community and means so much to the city of San Antonio and brings so much joy to San Antonians. They hire people. They give back to the community. They do outward events, and the Spurs players and the culture of the Spurs players would stay here, as was mentioned by RCB for yesterday, the George Gervin Academy. You have the Carver Center. You have David Robinson is a big part of the community. Sean Elliott, Manu Ginobili. They all come back and they give back. TMI out west of northwest of town is a big part of the Spurs community as well. And the Spurs, the city of San Antonio is thanking them. The mayor of San Antonio is thanking them by what? Trying to snip their nuts off? That's what she's trying to do. And I'm sorry that The plans for the arena happened before you, Gina Ortiz Jones. But just because you were elected to office doesn't mean that everything starts from zero. Because the process of building an arena spans multiple mayors. And it started with Nuremberg, and it started before you, and it's gonna keep going after you. And for Gina Ortiz Jones to be this way is just ridiculous. Now, David Otwater earlier on our show, our chat powered by PF Checks La Cantera and Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio, came out and said that Gina might try to stall the vote when it comes to the infrastructure of the bond infrastructure vote. She might not be able to do that. There's legalities involved in all that. It's a great point. And that's been brought up before, because what has she said? She goes, okay, well, the bond infrastructure, which is the city's portion to fix the streets and whatnot, she has said that she wants that carved out and to be a separate vote for the voters. And there are some people on the council raising their hand going, that may be illegal to do. That those votes are part of the overall budget for the city, and you're either going to pass a citywide bond or not. And if they don't pass a citywide bond in order to derail the arena, guess what, Joe? That affects things like maybe the fire department. That affects things like the police department. That affects things like city parks. That affects things like you know, maybe pre-K, SA, all that stuff, right?
She wants to defund everything because of the deficit.
Well, I don't think she's trying to defund it. I think she wants to fund only what she wants. And again, as the Spurs point out, the money being generated for the arena is by tourists and the dollars generated by the district being the entertainment district, not by the city funds, right? So the infrastructure of it all, which I guess might be city related, because again, you have to do certain things around downtown to make this so, but that's the city's portion, because again, the city, the county, the state, and the Spurs are all coming together to pay for this, and the Spurs are paying for the overruns. Joe, you can't carve out this issue and say that it's a standalone. You can't. So I think Gina Ortiz Jones, the only leg that she has to stand on right now is trying to alter the terms of the agreement with the city of San Antonio, and try to impact that. But wouldn't it be a litmus test, Joe? I mean, if there are elections coming up in the next couple of years for city council, because they're going to take this to the next step with the Spurs, would the litmus test as a voter be, hey, are you for or against the Spurs arena? If you're against it and you're a Spurs fan, why would you vote for them?
Yeah. You know, I wanted to go ahead and share this video that came out. And this was yesterday, Mike. So you had this guy is always getting into it with Gina. He has a history of it, right? And right before they vote, they're going back and forth, right? So here's an excerpt from that. And this was being shared courtesy of News 4 San Antonio. So it's City Councilman Mark White versus Gina Ortiz Jones over the Project Marvel vote that was going to happen yesterday.
What we do know is the 489 was presented well before that November vote. And so the citizens of San Antonio knew that it was 311 from the county, 500 from the Spurs, and 489 from the city. So let's not sit up here today and try to rewrite history and again feed more misinformation into the community about what everybody was told last year. For months, we talked about that funding structure.
I was simply clarifying when you spoke to voters with the actual number. You spoke to them after you signed up the community for $489 million, not before. That's clear. Councilmember Spears.
Thank you, Mayor.
What we
And there are a lot of people who are like, okay, well, Mark White needs to run for mayor, right? Mark White needs to take on Gina Ortiz Jones because he's been a big vocal opponent of Gina Ortiz Jones. Here's the thing. Right or wrong, Mark White will never be mayor of San Antonio. And there's one reason why he'll never be mayor of San Antonio, is that he's a Republican, and Republicans don't win the mayor office seat in
Yeah.
San Antonio. San Antonio is an extremely heavily Democratic area, for right or for wrong. That is facts. If there's going to be someone who challenges Gina Ortiz Jones, it's going to be from the left. It's not going to be from the right.
Yeah.
If you want to replace Gina Ortiz Jones, it's either by recalling her or having another Democrat come up and go get her. Because if you look at the 10 districts in San Antonio, 7 are blue, 1's purple, and 2 are red. That's just the way city politics run. But it passed, Joe. It passed. Maybe we should just celebrate that it passed, right?
Take
That
the
witch
victory
did
lap.
not. That witch didn't get her victory. We could take the victory lap, and is she going to derail things or try to derail things in the future? I suppose so. But
Well,
you
we
know
had
what?
one
She's
more.
over 2. She's over 2.
We had one more video that was circulating here. And this was a guy that was talking, right? And he was addressing Mayor Gina Ortiz Jones. I think he had some good talking points.
Yeah.
It's like let's listen to what one of our own people had to say. you
Oh,
know?
this is great. This is
and
great.
it was good stuff, man. I thought the guy had a lot of good talking points.
He was nervous.
These types of investments are how we got the Riverwalk. It's how we got Hemisphere. It's how we got the Spurs. Those things transformed our city. And that's all I'm asking for, is for you to be bold and courageous and ambitious and help us transform our city. And I actually think, even though there's a lot of booing, I speak for a lot of San Antonians when I say that there is an election that we would like to get a do-over on, and it's the election of the mayor.
And then
Boo,
and then
you hear the boos.
and then the senior citizens that were there who collectively have $4 in their pockets came out and started booing.
The Pied Piper.
She's the Pied Piper.
That's our mayor. They're gonna be like Terrell Owens crying. That's my quarterback.
I know. They dropped their forks from the Luann platter and go, "That's my mayor. That's my mayor." It's
Oh,
crazy, man.
We did
It's
have
crazy.
we had an incoming super chat we got to address because we were going on for a while here talking about
Yeah.
the vote and all that. But this is from Jason Garcia. We appreciate you, Jason.
Money talk.
Here comes the money.
So Jason Garcia coming in with the $10 super chat. He says, "Oh man, grito for Whataburger Barbie." He's saying, "Happy birthday, Sean."
There
So
you
we'll go
go.
ahead and give him a birthday grito. He deserves the old man. We got to give him the old man.
There you go.
Por presumir a mis amigos les conté que en el amor
There's a lot
Oh,
of pain in that brother's grito, man.
I know that was the grito that Gina Ortiz Jones was singing last night. By the way, happy birthday to Sean. We'll say more happy birthday wishes to him later on in the show. But Gina Ortiz Jones, what a villain. What a villain in the city of San Antonio. Who's going to challenge her? Is there going to be a recall? There's a lot of issues going on when it comes to it. But again, she's the Pied Piper of the poor districts, dude. And there are, whether you agree with some of the politics or not, right? You know, you have those who say that the east side and the west side and some extent parts of the south side. Although, Joe, tell you what, man, I've gone to some parts of the south side recently. That place is on the come up, dude. Brook City base.
Yeah.
It is nice out there, man. There's a lot of niceness going on
Yeah,
the
the
south
south-
side.
Southside's been trying to get some nice things, and they've been having some development out there. I mean, it's a far cry from where it used to be when I grew up in that area, right? I would always frequent the South Side because a lot of my cousins, aunts, tios, and all that, they all lived over there. They lived off
Yeah.
of a commercial, Southwest Military. I mean, they lived off of 100
Division.
out there by Zazamora, and
Yeah.
all this other, places all around the South Side. So I would frequent like South Park Mall. I'd be going to Kmart and all that they have Solo Surf, and even going to Century South Theater when it was before it became the Mayan. So I've been keeping an eye out on the South Side. I still go down there every once in a while. I still go to Don Pedro's with my mom, and my family now and again. I've been to the
Now, when
Bud
you go to
Jones.
when you go to is R.I.P. Bud Jones, right? That went under,
No,
right?
it's not. It's just stuck in time, dude. You go in there and it's still old. They still have the jute boxes when you sit down on the the
Yeah.
booths, the little jute boxes on the walls. It don't work, but I mean it was a gimmick back in
When
the day.
you go to Don Pedro, do you sit in the new side, the new section that opened up about 10 years ago, or do you sit in the old school diner part of Don Pedro?
I probably sit in the older part of Don Pedro's when I go. They
It's
have
different.
well, on the weekends they have like this buffet now, so everybody comes up for the buffet, right? And my mom, she don't want no buffet, so we just usually just get a plate, huevo rancheros or something like that, and they'll sit you like not they'll probably sit you in the older part of Don Pedro's because the newer part has the buffet line and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, I still enjoy going out there. It's like nostalgia, you know?
It is. It is.
Yeah,
I liked back in the day the caddy corner from Mission San Jose was Ninfas,
yeah.
or that was pretty good, dude. That place is where Ninfas, whatever that was called. Pretty good, man. But again, Southwest Military, where we all party after the Spurs games, all the honking, you see it on the news. That council member voted against the Spurs. Dude. You know what I don't want to see, Joe?
What?
I don't want to see Gina Ortiz-Jones doing interviews with ESPN if the Spurs make another run at the NBA Finals.
No, she don't need to be there, dude.
No, she doesn't need to be there. And all those city council members, I don't want to see them do jack squat when it comes to the Spurs. They need to be called out when it comes to all that. Because, again, this is not a left-right issue. This is an issue involving the city of San Antonio and one of the two things that unites the city, Spurs and Fiesta. And what do the Spurs wear, Joe, sometimes? Fiesta colors, right? It is crazy that it's come down to this. To play chicken with the Spurs after all that they've done. And then they come after the owners of the Spurs. And I'm not a big root rah for the billionaires because believe me, there are some greedy ass people out there. But the Spurs have never been a greedy organization. They've never done that, man. When the floodwaters happen in Kerrville, when crap goes down in Uvalde, guess who's there? Spurs are.
No.
The Spurs and HEB, man. You can always count on them when it comes to when crap hits the fan. And I cannot believe that Mayor Gina Ortiz-Jones is still trying to battle the Spurs when it comes to just them getting their second arena in 58 years. Because that's what it'll be basically when 2032 rolls around. Stupid.
Look at Mario Cavazos is asking, when was the last time you went to South Park Mall? They have a Shoppers World store open now.
Yeah.
That's funny he talks about that because I was actually talking with my nieces, right? So they want to know more about me, right? Like, where did you grow up? And like, what side of town did you frequent and all that? So I was telling them, hey, I grew up on the south side of town. And they never been to South Park Mall because they live on this side of town. So they're all about like Dove Creek area, Alamo Ranch, going to North Star Mall, Ingram Park Mall, everything that's on this side of town. So I was telling them about, I used to go to South Park Mall. It's still open. And they were asking, they want to go and they want to check it out. They want to see the old haunts. They want to see where Uncle used to go ahead and walk and go shopping. So I was actually thinking of taking them this weekend, dude, because they were asking me over the weekend. So I'm like, maybe I'll take them over there. So nothing will happen to you girls. You'll be fine. they don't even worry about anything. They just want to go shopping.
Jonathan C reaches out to us and says, Mike gets his jewelry from Sads. No lie. I'm gonna tell you a story about that, man. No lie.
Oh my God.
When I got married the second time, the ex bought me my wedding ring from like Sads, from like Ingram Park Mall, second floor. Just one of those kiosks. And I was like, I guess, I don't know why, but that's where she bought me my ring.
Yeah.
I get married to Chica. She went to Jared. Chica went to Jared as well.
She went to Jared. No, Mama's no America's Diamond, bro. Come on.
That's so funny, man.
You know, America's Diamond is the quickest way to go ahead and put you to sleep with those commercials, man, that they play at night, like at 2 or 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
You turn them on and this is how the diamonds are made. I'm just like,
Oh
dude,
my
put that
God.
on.
I didn't tell you about this. Oh my God. About 15 years ago, I was referred to somebody for what I do for a living in finance, right? And
Yeah.
it had nothing to do with investments. It had other things to do in financial world. But I was sent out to go meet with a guy, and then I realized that the guy I was meeting with was the owner of America's Diamond. Never was my client or anything like that.
Yeah.
Dude, that's his voice, man.
America's Diamond guy.
Like I got lulled to sleep, dude. Before Forensic Files and Dateline put me to sleep, it was the dude from America's Diamond. God, that infomercial at midnight on
Put you
KSAT
sleep,
12.
straight to sleep.
Golly, man. It's an iconic voice, and it's a real voice. It's kind of like when you see interviews with Seth MacFarlane from Family Guy,
Yeah.
and his real voice is Brian the dog. Like, that's his legit real voice. You meet this guy, and he talks to you like this. He says, "Welcome to my store. I opened America's Diamond back in 1978. Been serving San Antonio, and we're proud sponsors of UTSA football.
At least it
San
wasn't that
Antonio
what Mike
Spurs.
that Mike dude
Lucknitz.
from
Lucknitz."
Lucknitz from the Maicano, $39.99. Rest in peace, brother.
Man, San
That dude
Antonio
looked like a full-on pimp, man. The way he used to come out in those commercials, remember?
yeah. And then now you got the 444
Oh yeah, the four
4444.
guy. Call the
You know,
force.
and I told you that, Francesca, when we were driving from I-10 and Callahan to downtown, she counted 16 billboard signs for personal injury attorneys
Jeez.
just on one side, just facing towards downtown from I-10 Callahan. And she goes, "Was everybody getting into a wreck in this town, or what? What's going on? Like, there's nothing there to buy anything on the I-10 corridor. It's not, hey, buy a home builder. It's not a jewelry store. It's nothing other than let's go sue someone's ass."
Just like that stupid commercial that comes out with the Adlers. Jim Adler, the Texas Hammer, and their CGI, the bad AI that they have now. It's getting ridiculous, man.
the Texas Hammer. There's the oh my God. There's more than that, man. There's the Outlaw and Push and Pull, or we push and win, or whatever. Oh my God, it's so stupid.
Me and my kids saw one of the stupidest like billboards that they had. I think it was over near Houston or somewhere. We're driving. We're on a road trip. I don't even think it was Houston. We might have been somewhere else, man. We were taking road trips from here all the way to Florida and stuff. And we went to like different cities and all that. And somewhere along there, we saw this big old billboard. And this is when they had, what is that? The Wolf of Wall Street. Remember that?
Yeah.
And they had a billboard and it said, be part of the pack. Join the Wolves of Law Street. That was the name of the actual law firm.
No. There's one in Houston where the lawyer is named Dick, and it says,
man.
"Call this number if you love Dick."
Oh, bro.
Call 1-800-GLIZZY.
Damn.
Joe, wild in here in the 713. But
Oh,
no, I'll
man.
be in San Antonio next week, Joe. Going to be doing a show in San Antonio in the studio, man.
Nice.
Got to dust off the chair for me over there at the studio.
I thought this was a family show. Oh my God, dude. But there was a story that broke out here, and I had retweeted this, Mike. And we need to talk about this because this was funny, man, to me. There was a big old like drug ring that was like that they cracked down on. And believe it or not, this had something to do with one of the biggest colleges here in the nation, man. So I was like, what? It was like a drug trafficking ring, like cocaine and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, man. So I was like, dude, we got to check this out. I got the story here. I found it on ABC. This is courtesy of ABC News. So check this out. 13 former and current Penn State University students were criminally charged Monday on allegations they participated in a cocaine trafficking ring that involved two fraternities, authorities said. Saca la bolsita, Mike. La
Oh, I
cocaína.
know. I had read about this a little bit where they were saying that some of the students were like, that their initiation to the fraternity was packing cocaine,
Yeah.
making bricks out of it. Come on, man. Like, you don't know that you shouldn't be doing that. What kind of higher learning is this?
Literally higher learning, bro. I'm just like, damn. So if you want to read more, you can go on to the ABC News X page and read the full article that they have out there. But damn, dude, Penn State getting caught up in this con la cocaína.
Yeah, another crazy story. I don't know if you saw about Oswaldo Perella, is that how you pronounce it? For Venezuela. He's part of the San Diego Padres minor league coaching tree, if you will. Detained by ICE.
Oh Lord.
Detained by ICE. He's 34 years old. But here's the thing. He's a U.S. citizen. He has kids that are U.S. citizens. He became a U.S. citizen, or at least he's legalized to be in the United States. But he was detained by ICE. He's part of the AAA affiliate for the San Diego Padres. Kind of crazy, Joe. Crazy.
They're revoking
we
the
have-
visa or what? What are they doing?
Oh, no, man. They're just going to release him. Can you imagine that? You'll be like, I'm supposed to be I'm supposed to be at a game.
I said, no, my guy.
Greg
send you back.
Casaduela. Greg Casaduela says, sounds like a fun fraternity.
I love the cocaine. It's a hell of a drug. White people drug. Sounds like
White
a
people
friend
drug.
fraternity.
Isn't it kind of a white person drug? Isn't that what it is?
Yeah.
I've never
designer
taken.
drug.
I've never done cocaine in my entire life. So
Well, you
I-
can't do none of that stuff nowadays. Everything's laced with that fentanyl now. You even think about it, dude. You wind up getting died somewhere.
yeah, all crazy, man. All
Yeah,
crazy.
man. Stay away
So
from that.
Stay away from the Frost Bank Center when that guy's like, "Hey, man, I don't have any pot, but you want to take a bump in the restroom?" Stay away from that guy.
I remember one time I was on the south side. It was I forgot what is it called, the 2-0 or something sports bar or whatever they have on the south side. It's in the same parking lot
Yeah,
of the
I've
Mayan.
been there at the Mayan. Yeah, that place
Yeah.
is crazy, man.
So we went there.
That place, you got to take a blade or something. That place is crazy.
It's crazy, dude. So I went back in the day where the Spurs were going on their big playoff runs, when they were going to the finals and all that. And I think this was against OKC. It was in that series where they finally, they beat OKC and all that, but it was a very contested battle. And I remember the day that the Spurs beat OKC. I think it was like in 6 games or something like that. And I go to the bathroom, man, because the game's going on. It's like the middle of the third quarter. I go to the bathroom, dude, and some random guy comes in there. Dudes are in line to go to the bathroom. And this guy just comes in the bathroom all drunk. This dude has shot glasses in his hands, pulls out a freaking bottle, and is like, "Who wants to do shots in line?" Like, bro.
I had a friend who did that a while
No,
back,
man.
man. There used to be a bar called the Davenport downtown on Houston Street by Bohannon Steakhouse. He pulled that out one time, man. BYOB at a bar. That's pretty crazy, Joe. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, and like
Hey,
you went in line to go to the bathroom. You want a shot? Nah, dog, I'm good.
Hey, we have a birthday to celebrate today. Sean Quintero from PF Chang's La Cantera. Do I say his age, Joe? Because I know what his age is. Turns
Yeah.
49 today.
49. He's on the cusp of reaching
He's
that
on the
century
cusp.
mark.
Yeah,
Half a century.
He's clinging to his 40s for dear life when it comes to it all. But he is actually, think about this, man. Our besties, right? Sean and Alex. Sean became a grandfather for the first time about a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
Our good friend Alex is going to be a father for the first time, or a biological father. He's been a dad, but biological father for the first time at age 49. It's kind of funny how lives diverge in that way, man. It's amazing. But congratulations to Al, man. We can't wait to see the baby. Baby shower is not this weekend, but next weekend, which is why I'll be in San Antonio, by the way, because I'll be there for Alex's baby shower.
Sam, Joe, I asked you not to tell that story. Shut up. It wasn't you, bro. I didn't even know you then.
Now, for Sean's birthday, I would suggest taking him a gift and dropping it off today over at PF Chang's La Cantera to show some love Deshaun's Biz over there at PF Chang's La Cantera.
PF Chang's La Cantera, San Antonio's premier destination for dinner, date night, or happy hour. Enjoy one of their signature dishes, such as the Singapore street noodles, sesame chicken, or Chang's spicy chicken, or their infamous Chang's chicken lettuce wraps, which are delicious, by the way. You can enjoy all this while you're dining in an Asian-inspired atmosphere. And make sure to enjoy the new outdoor patio and try some of PF Chang's signature cocktails and drinks during happy hour, Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. PF Chang's La Cantera is a proud sponsor of the Area 210 podcast.
That peppered steak, Joe, hits different, man. The Japanese old fashioned hits even more different. Go give them a check out today over at PF Chang's La Cantera. And again, you can also do Uber Eats, DoorDash, whatever you do for your dining. You can go over there to PF Chang's La Cantera to get your food.
Yeah,
Bubbles for Sean. Joy-Con says bubbles for Sean. If you know, you know.
We'll go out there and get the bubble gun. Just go ahead and shower him with the bubbles.
That's funny.
So happy birthday to Sean.
It's the calm before the storm, Joe.
No.
Sports is really going to get going. We had the top 25, AP top 25 released for the first time this year yesterday. Texas ranked number 5, A&M ranked number 8. Houston's in the top 25, so is Texas Tech. This is the exciting time of the year, Joe. But give me your take on Arch Manning, Joe. Is this the year where he takes the leap? Well, what is a good year and a bad year for Arch Manning? Like if he's not a finalist for the Heisman Trophy, is it a bad year?
I foresee that Arch Manning will have a better season. You know, he's going to have a better year. I think he's learned a lot of things compared to last season. And this last season wasn't bad. You know, he got off to a slow start, had to go ahead and learn some things the hard way. But in the end, I think he did pretty good. You know, he did all right. I think he's going to have a better season. I think he's going to prove the naysayers wrong. But are they going to be good enough to get to that championship game? I don't know, man. They seem they can't get past one team in particular, and they're going to have to go ahead and play them again this upcoming season. So it's Ohio State, man.
I'm looking at the odds. Notre Dame quarterback C.J. Carr and Arch Manning of UT are the favorites to win the Heisman Trophy, according to BetMGM right now. Arch Manning plus 750, which means that if you bet $100 that he wins it, you profit 750 and get your 100 back. C.J. Carr also at plus 750. You have Trinidad Chambliss at plus 900. Dante Moore, I believe, of Oregon at 10-1 odds. Darian Mensah at 11-1. Julian Sayin, who's really good, at 11-1 odds. And then Jeremiah Smith at 12-1. Josh Hoover at 12-1. And finally, Gunnar Stockton. What a name. Gunnar Stockton at 16-1 odds. So you have to say it, Joe.
Yeah.
It's finalist or bust for Arch Manning. Because if he's the favorite going into this season, this is the first year, Joe. I know we had his redshirt year, and then he had his first full season with the Longhorns. As you said, he started off slow, then he brought it on as the season went on. This is the season, Joe, where there are expectations. No different than Wemby having expectations with the Spurs this year. There were no expectations last year for Wemby, right? Because why? Because Wemby was with a bad team his rookie year. It was a rebuilding year for year 2. There was some minor expectations in year 3. And then this year, major expectations.
He's going to be like Nacho Libre. I want to win.
I want to win. When you've been to the finals and you've taken out OKC,
you got to taste.
You got to taste. You got to say that you've arrived. And this is an annual thing for the Spurs. Arch Manning being the favorite and on week 1 to win the Heisman Trophy Award is a big deal. And if he doesn't live up to the expectations, then what? Just wait for the following year? I mean,
there's only so many years he's got under him, man. I mean, he's been there at UT now for a little bit. You know, the expectation is you're going to win. You got to do it now. The window's closing because what's going to happen is he's going to put his name in, the NFL draft sooner or later.
Well, the good thing about Arch Manning is because of his family background, he's not poor. Because he makes so much money on NIL money, he doesn't have to dip his toes into all that if he doesn't want to. He can sit there and wait. He can be like John Elway or Eli Manning and not go to where he's supposed to go. He can kind of dictate at least a few things when it comes to it all. But Arch Manning is just somebody who needs to put up or shut up and needs to do it in big games. Not stare down the guy from Sam Houston State like he did. Do that to a guy from Ohio State. And isn't that what we saw whenever he played the elite teams last year? Didn't do squat. They had an injury, UT, man. Their left tackle got hurt in practice yesterday. Going under an MRI to see how bad it is.
Yeah. You know, one of the things that I saw here that was kind of surprising to me, but not really, is the fall of Coach Prime. Remember how hot his team was way back when, right?
Mhm.
Everybody wanted to see Coach Prime in Colorado, right? They wanted to see the games. You know, they were featured on ESPN. Look at what happened, dude. ESPN's viewership for the game showing Deion Sanders Buffaloes has fallen 67% since 2023. Nobody wants to see them no more, Mike. And what do you attribute that to? Them not being very good?
Okay, so this is where I'm a hypocrite. I want him to take that position at Colorado because there are not a lot of D4, there are not a lot of schools out there that are in the top tier, of the SEC, of the Big Ten, that you can go to and be Deion Sanders. The idea that Deion Sanders was going to go and take over Florida State was misguided. The idea that he was going to take over an ACC school, because there are not a lot of available out there. A lot of teams hire from within or intra-conference. I wanted Coach Prime to go to Colorado. He took his players with him. But what is the name of the game when it comes to college football, Joe?
You got to win, brother.
But how do you win? You recruit. He got early victories. His son, Shedeur Sanders, followed him over there. But he basically got rid of everybody that was in Colorado's roster, brought his own guys over. So the people that he recruited to the small school that he was at came over, and they won some games, and it was kind of exciting. Shedeur Sanders was supposed to be a top pick, but he fell in the draft big time. But you got to replenish the well, man. You got to replenish the talent. And Coach Prime ain't a recruiter, man. He's just not a recruiter. And I hate to say this, Joe. Deion Sanders is a big name to you and me because we remember him as prime time. Remember him as what he did for the Atlanta Braves, the Atlanta Falcons, the Dallas Cowboys, the San Francisco 49ers. We remember these things about him. If you're an 18 or 19 or 20-year-old right now, Joe, Deion Sanders doesn't mean anything. Just having the name means nothing anymore. He's not recruiting 45-year-olds. He's recruiting 18-year-olds, and he's having a difficult time doing it, and that's why Colorado sucks.
Yeah.
But now
They don't have the school doesn't have the funds to go after the big marquee players.
Well, I mean, it's a big enough of a school.
But
I mean,
they don't have the money that everybody else has, Mike.
They're not Jerry Jones giving into Arkansas.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand Tyson
Or
Foods,
Walmart. Walmart
Walmart.
giving to Arkansas.
Who's UTSA's big benefactor when it comes to it all, or big
I don't
contributor?
know.
It's probably nothing right now. But that's kind of funny. I find that to be interesting that Deion Sanders is kind of struggling right now. I don't want to see it, man. I want to see him succeed, and I feel bad for his health. I know he's had foot issues and he's had things amputated and whatnot. It's a sad story, man. There's very few players, very few athletes out there that were ever like Deion Sanders or Bo Jackson.
Yeah.
We're never going to see that again, man.
Look at that's at UTSA is one of their biggest benefactors. April and Sarah.
That's true.
Yeah.
She's a big Spurs fan.
Yeah, that she is.
What do you think about the Pablo Torres response to that report yesterday that ESPN posted saying that NBA investigators have found nothing on Steve Ballmer, when it comes to the whole incident involving the Clippers circumventing the salary cap to pay Kawhi Leonard, former Spur. Pablo Torre, who won a Pulitzer Prize for following this whole story and has interviewed countless people from Aspire, from Daktronics, all these companies that have been funneling money to Kawhi Leonard for no reason, right? I mean, they're giving him money to be a sponsor, but he has to do nothing to make that money, right? He doesn't have to make any appearances, that doesn't come out any commercials. They're just giving them that money for the goodness of their heart, right? They're not circumventing the salary cap. The NBA is coming out and saying, well, it's not Steve Ballmer's issue. It's not the fact that he's funneling money or circumventing the cap. It's the inability of mid-level managers within the Clippers organization to supervise their employees. Like the employees are supervising tens of millions of dollars being funneled to a player,
Yeah.
right? Paulo Torre came out and said that he noticed on ESPN's article that they said that the Clippers are negotiating with the NBA right now for a settlement on the issue. Well, if they did nothing wrong, why are they settling? Joe, does this stink to you?
Oh yeah, it stinks. It's just as bad as that OJ trial back in the day. Remember what they did to him? They bring him up there and they give him the glove. And what does his lawyer say? If the glove don't fit, you
fit.
must acquit, right?
Yeah.
That's the same thing that's going on here. You know, the thing is that I don't think the NBA wants to open up that Pandora's box. Because if they go ahead and they find fault here and they go ahead and deliver a suspension to a player of Kawhi Leonard's caliber, right? Well-known player, one of the best in the league. What is that going to do to the other teams in the NBA? Once you start peeking behind that curtain, you're going to find fault with almost every organization. They all practice this in some way or form. Every big superstar out there is probably getting paid under the table some way, somehow, to circumvent the salary cap.
So do you think the Spurs are doing it?
I think every team is doing it. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think the Spurs are exempt. I think every team is going to practice this in some way or form.
You see, because now this hurts my feelings, Joe. Because I want to believe that the Spurs are above board and do things the right way. I want to believe that there are players that are not gambling on the game. I want to believe that they're not shaving points. I want to believe that they're not in it with the mob. I want to believe that Chauncey Billups didn't do what he's accused of. I want to believe that Tim Donaghy was not throwing games or officiating incorrectly.
Yeah, but that's not true though. It's
I want to believe, Joe. I want to believe that there's no
smoke
script.
and mirrors.
I want to believe that there's no script, Joe.
It's ignorance is bliss. Look at, I mean, the Spurs, they want to come out with this squeaky clean image, right, to the public and everything. But what has happened behind closed doors that we never hear about? The Josh Primo thing finally came out. Why? Because they had that Mark Busby or whatever come out and hold that press conference, right? And all this stuff happened, behind closed doors and whatnot. And I mean, these things happen within every organization, right? Every organization has a lot of things that happen behind closed doors. You just don't hear about them.
Or
Same
do you
thing
think
is
it's
going on
because-
right now with
or do you think
this
it's be-
fiasco.
Or do you think it's because of Steve Ballmer? Steve Ballmer is the third richest man in the world,
I get that.
right? He's the third richest man in the world. So think about it. Only two people in the whole world are richer than Steve Ballmer. So
Yeah.
that being said, that are private citizens that are not like the Sultan of whatever, that are private citizens.
Yeah.
This isn't the first time, though, Joe. This is why I kind of will push back a little bit and say Steve Ballmer's been accused of circumventing the salary cap 2 or 3 times already before Kawhi Leonard. This is just who he is.
Yeah, but
So if everyone's doing it, why is it only Ballmer getting caught?
because he's the stupid one to go ahead and get caught. He's not smart enough to go ahead and hide his tracks. He left a lot of paper trails out there. All you had to do was follow the breadcrumbs. And Pablo Torre, sure enough, did.
Sam Salinas comes out and says all the stuff Mike wants to believe, but Kobe was, is, and will always be guilty.
Oh, God. No, please, Mike, don't go on that rant right now. We don't need that right now.
All I know is, I watch all of these shows on Peacock that are like Dateline, the 48 hours. I was watching one yesterday called the Florida Bama murders, border murders, or whatever. Francesca and I will watch these shows and say, you can tell who's guilty, who's not guilty by how they react to their interrogation, by how they react to the situation when they're told this and the other. Look at O.J. Simpson. When O.J. Simpson when O.J. Simpson killed his wife, he did kill his wife. I don't care what found not guilty means. He is guilty. He's guilty in the eyes of God, is what he is. Burning someplace in hell right now. What did he do, Joe? That was not admitted into court. He got on that Bronco, put a gun to his head, and had AC Callums drive him all around Los Angeles, right? Is that the action, Joe, of someone who's innocent?
No.
No. You can tell he was guilty by his actions after what happened. Scott Peterson with Lacey Peterson in Modesto, California. You can tell what he did. He's with a bag full of cash and a fake mustache, a fake beard, and fake wigs. You can tell that he was guilty based on his reaction to it all. Go read up on Kobe's reaction to what happened in Colorado. Tell me if he's innocent or guilty. That's all I'm going to say.
Plausible deniability. Oh, God. But I'm just telling you, at the end of the day, Mike, if the NBA does come down on Ballmer and the Clippers and hands out a suspension for Kawhi Leonard, that means that they're going to have to look at all the other teams and all the other, let's say, all the other dealings that are going on that nobody knows about yet, and I don't think they want to do that. The NBA, in any big sports organization, NFL, NBA, FIFA, whatever you want to call it, to some extent, these are not squeaky clean organizations. They're all corrupt.
There are corrupt ways of making money.
Exactly.
I hope that the Spurs are doing it the right way. I hold on to the hope and the faith the Spurs are a clean organization, that they make money the right way, that they do things the right way. And if you want to make money the right way, you give me a call, 210-508-0369. 210-508-0369. I've been a financial advisor for 21 years. I gave myself the alley-oop that one time, kind of like when Wimpy threw it off the backboard and dunked it on himself.
You kicked the ball to yourself and you were outside, so you scored that goal.
Give me a call, 210-508-0369. This podcast has been good to me, bringing me clients, man. Give me a call if you have questions about life insurance, long-term care, old 401k that you need to roll over into something. If you want some wealth management planning, give me a call, 210-508-0369. Joe, that was a great segue, Joe. That was a hell of a segue.
You're very proud of yourself.
Hey, speaking of segues and speaking of Rob Thompson back in the day said that I was the greatest, I was the best segueist, if that's even a word. Guess who I spoke to yesterday, Joe? I haven't spoken to in a few months. I still keep in touch with Tim Spence from back in the day over at my old co-host over at San Antonio Sports Star. He was a co-host of mine for a few months. Got a hold of him, man. Might hang out with him pretty soon, dude. I haven't seen him in 3 years, man. I'm gonna read. So I might hang out with him this weekend. We shall see. Might make it happen, Joe. There might be a post on Twitter, a reunion possibly.
Oh my God!
Let bygones be bygones.
The reunion show. That's like, what is it? Basketball Wives reunion. They're like, no, we're gonna make up, and then all hell breaks loose, and everybody starts fighting.
Rafa's over here talking soccer to himself. He says, "Is it Man City? Looks like a JV soccer team."
Oh God.
Mario says, "Invite him on." No, because you guys suck, man. Sometimes you all are just mean to people on the chat, and they see the chat. And why do y'all got to be dicks? That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
You know what the dick move is right now, Joe?
No.
You know what's worse than Gene Ortiz Jones going up against the Spurs and just being a Spurs hater?
Yeah.
The fact that we have 61 people listening right now, and we only have like 4 people who hit the like button. Hit the like button now. Do it now. Reach over, take your finger, hit the like button. Please help us out. Give us a like. Spread the word, man.
You know what I was gonna say, Mike? Look at how nice these seats look here, dude. This is an ad for American Airlines. They just got an upgrade to the USB-C fast charging. Southwest Airlines could never, bro.
Oh, dude, Southwest Airlines is trash, but American Airlines is trash too, man.
It looks better than Southwest, man. I've been on this airline before, and it's pretty good, dude. I liked it.
It's a USB fast charging. What does it do? Do you have to bring
Charges your
own
phone
cord?
real quick, man. You need to charge.
Oh, I
just plug
get
in your
that, but
phone.
but you have to bring your cord though, right?
Yeah, or they probably have one there. I don't know.
All right, Joe. Let's rank the airlines, Joe. Number 1 is what?
What do you mean, number one? I don't know, dude.
There's tier 1 of traveling, Joe. For me, it's Delta.
I like Delta. Delta's nice. I'm gonna lie.
JetBlue.
No, that's for the
JetBlue-
poors, bro. What are you talking
JetBlue,
about?
It must have been a while since I've flown JetBlue. JetBlue is nice. Alaska. Oh, you know what I'm thinking, Joe? I'm sorry, not JetBlue. It's Alaska Airlines. It's a badass. Joe.
JetBlue, bro. That's the poors fly on that one.
You could take out Alaska Airlines to the Pacific Northwest. You could take it to Seattle, Portland. You could take it to LA.
Yeah.
Alaska Airlines is cool. Dude, but the ones, I mean, they all suck, dude. American sucks. Oh my God, United is the most boring airline of all time. Southwest
Hey, dude.
Airlines sucks.
Somebody's asking me about Breeze, bro. Breeze is legit, bro. I'm about to go ahead and get on that Breeze airline on the 26th next week. I'm gonna be flying over to Destin, Florida, to go visit my daughter with my sons. I'm gonna
I want
take
to hear about
pictures of
that.
I'm gonna take pictures when I get on the airline. That way you can see how nice the plane really is.
Yeah. Tier 1 is Emirates, according to Rafa. I believe it. I took what was called ITA Airlines to Rome, Joe.
Yeah.
To Italy. That was nice, Joe. That was really nice. They had really good food on the plane.
Yeah.
They served you lunch, dinner, and breakfast. A long ass flight. It was good. It was
Hey,
good.
Breeze, they're talking about Aero Mexico is legit. You can get a beer as your complimentary drink. You could do the same thing on Breeze Airlines, man. You can get
Hey,
you a
Joe,
beer.
I was one time first class on Spirit. They let me booze
You
up
got
like
that
crazy.
granola bar, dog, and then they wouldn't let you have it. Oh, I'll take one of those. I'll take one of. No, sir. This is for the first class only. Don't look over here.
Got a super chat coming in from Tony.
All
Money
right.
talks.
Here comes the money.
Thank you, Tony.
Says, give Mike the chancla for yelling at the chat. You want likes or super chat money? You got to pick, Joe. He says, love
One
this
of the
show.
two.
Area 210, baby.
And look at Joe's going to show off his Speedo in Florida. No, that's going to be Miguelito. Miguelito's going to show the Speedo. Who's going to only wear the Speedo? He's going to wear it backwards. I didn't know which side was the front.
The line's gonna go through the middle.
Oh, I didn't know which side was the front, Joe.
Let's give some love to our good friends over at Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio. Again, the Selena tribute that they have over there. You got to check it out. I can't wait.
Yeah,
I'm gonna check it out in 2 weeks when I'm in San Antonio.
Yeah, definitely. The Hard Rock Cafe, San Antonio, is Riverwalk dining at its best. With great scenic views, along with its amazing collection of rock memorabilia, there is something for everyone. Enjoy happy hour weekdays from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. with $8 and $10 appetizers, $5 domestic drafts, and $6 craft import drafts at the bar only. Try some of the Hard Rock Cafe's legendary steak burgers, or my personal favorite, such as the grilled salmon or baby back ribs. Make sure to visit the third level and enjoy the DJ as you take in the city skyline. The Hard Rock Cafe is a proud sponsor of the Area 210 podcast.
Whatever you do, if you go to the Hard Rock Cafe in downtown San Antonio, wear the undershirt or under your Spurs jersey. Just make that happen. So your audio has gone a little bit crappy. There you go. Hey, Joe, remember we showed you that video yesterday of that guy that hit 3 home runs to start his career?
Yeah.
Right? Saturday, went Saturday went 3 for 4, 3 home runs, right? Left field, right field, center field. The first 3 at bats, home runs, first time it's ever happened in Major League Baseball history. Since those 3 home runs, Joe, he's 0 for 16.
Yeah.
So he's batting $170 right now.
So you know what? That not only deserves a chancla, but also Tony played to give you the chancla for yelling at the.
Oh,
chat.
that's
So we
right.
gotta
That's
give you
right.
that- give him the chancla. He hit
Thank
you.
you so much for that. I hadn't been here for the chancla for a while, Joe. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while, but you always say something silly. That's why.
What are you streaming these days, Joe?
Lanterns, man. I've been telling you guys, Lanterns is legit. If you haven't seen it, you got to go check it out. It really is a good series. They had the first episode released on Sunday, 8 o'clock on HBO Max. And if you're a fan of the DC universe, make sure you go and check it out. It really is a good show.
Dude, I'm just doing true crime. That's what
No,
Chica and I do, man. Just
no,
all
dude,
day long. True crime movies, true crime documentaries, true crime shows. That's all we do. According to MySA.com, Whataburger has 4 new items on their menu starting today.
Oh, yeah? Any healthy ones?
Shit. They rolled out, according to MySA.com, $4 value menu items.
Oh, that's for the poors. Okay.
Okay. And basically, they're junior items of the big stuff, right? So they've got a $4 bacon and cheese Whataburger Junior, a $4 Whataburger Patty Melt Junior, a $4 Honey Barbecue Chicken Strip Sandwich Junior, and a $4 Buffalo Wet Ranch Chicken Strip Sandwich Junior. Chica would like that, man. Chica doesn't eat much at all, man. Chica eats like a bird.
She's a lady, Mike.
unless it's crab legs, and all of a sudden she runs wild.
Hey, that stuff's good. I ain't gonna lie, man.
I don't know about this yellow polo, man. I kind of feel like Curious George.
Oh my God. You need to be with the man in the yellow hat. Hey, check this out. It says CBS News is reporting 5 flavors of Outchain fruit bars have been recalled because they may contain glass in them. Well, check this out. You know what? The only thing that didn't contain that contained glass was my beer that I got from over there at the hangar, man, down the street when I was hanging out with everybody on Saturday. So I go out there with Greg and Jan and Alex. I go and get a bucket, Michelob Ultra, right? Everybody wants to drink Michelob Ultra. All right, give me a bucket of Michelob Ultras. Bring it back to the table. I get the one beer out of the damn bucket, and I take a sip, and I'm like, what the hell's in my mouth, man? It's like some gritty stuff. Dude, there was freaking a chip on the fucking bottle, dude. Glass coming in my mouth. It was all over my mouth. I'm like, what the hell is this? I'm like, dude, I'm not drinking this beer. I went back to the bar, and I told the girl, give me another beer, man. This thing's chipped. There's glass all over it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, man.
Well, over the weekend, Chica and I went to this place called the Crafty Crab,
Yeah.
which is kind of a chain that sells like crab legs and all that stuff, like crawfish, all that. And we ordered old fashions, right? And I was sick last week. She was like, "Don't worry, the whiskey will make your throat feel better, right?" We ordered the old fashions. Now, picture an old fashioned, right? You picture the cube, whether it's round or squared. You picture a big old cube of ice, right? You picture what? Orange, the orange peel, maybe a couple of cherries in there, whatever the case may be. They brought us something that looked nothing like an old fashioned. The ice was already runny. It was like little flakes of ice that was runny. It looked like it had been made 10 minutes before. It had no orange peel, had no color to it. It just looked like pure whiskey, right?
Yeah.
$14 each for these, right? Chica looked at the waiter and said, "I'm not going to take this. Take it back. It looks awful."
Yeah.
The bartender comes out pissed and goes, "You asked for an old fashioned? I made you an old fashioned." And Chica looks at her and goes, I drink a lot. That's not old fashioned. Okay. That's not the right ice for it. It's missing at least 2 ingredients. We're not paying for it. Take it back." And then the bartender comes up and points to the menu. And the menu says that not all drinks will look like the picture.
Nah.
And she says, I'm not paying $28 for this, and I ain't paying for my meal if I have to. So we took it back, man. Took it back. JHSB asking the question. I says, I don't understand why people drink Michelob Ultra. I don't understand the hype either, man. I know people are at it because it's fewer calories and fewer carbs, and they've marketed themselves as such. But dude, Michelob Ultra sucks. It's
Nah.
not a bit of a beer.
If everybody wants to drink Michelob Ultra, and I'm the only guy that wants to have a Shiner, I'll just go ahead and get the bucket of Ultra for the table. I can go out.
Just get Miller Lite. Just get Miller Lite.
I have Miller Lite. I drink Lone Star Light. I got it here in the fridge, you know. But if
it has light on there, it's the same as Ultra. It's the exact same.
It's not. I mean, not everybody wants to drink an Ultra. We'll drink Ultras, man. It's no big deal. Besides, we're gonna be staying there for a while at the hangar anyway, man. I ain't trying to get all messed up.
Are you gonna have any of the flavored Michelob Ultras?
Nah, dude, absolutely.
They have an orange Michelob Ultra now.
Nah, dude, I'm good, dog. No thanks. No thanks. Do you
I
know
like
what?
this Joy-Con saying bucket of Ultra, just drink water. Same thing. I feel the same way about Coors Light. Coors Light's the worst beer I've ever had in my entire life.
Look at people are sheep. They just follow the crowd. No, man, I just like whatever the table wants to drink, I'm gonna go ahead and buy it for them. And I'll go get my own. You know, I'll go and get my Shiner. I just like Shiner, good old fashioned Shiner. It's good, man.
Tony says he misses Shiner Blondes. You know what's I take that back. The worst beer I've ever had in my entire life was Shiner Strawberry.
Oh,
it was gross.
Apple Bush, anyone? Nah, bro. I'm good, man. Oh man, Alex is saying Shiner is better, Joe, or the Naughty Brunette from Twin Peaks is better than the Ultras. Yeah, you know what? Alex would remember because I turned Alex on to the Naughty Brunette right over at the Twin Peaks because it was during happy hour, and we're trying to pregame before we went to the comedy show that we had out there, right at the Laugh Out Loud Comedy Club. So me and Alex get there, and it's happy hour Friday, bourbon and brews night. And I tell him, man, Alex, the Naughty Brunette is good. He's like, really, Joe? I never had it. So I said, we gotta watch it with the Naughty Brunette, though. It gets you in trouble, Alex. And sure enough, it got him in trouble. It has a kick to it, man.
Yeah, it comes back to bite you.
It comes back to get you.
Chica made fun of your neighborhood the other day, by the way, when we were in San Antonio.
Yeah.
She made fun of your neighborhood because that 151 corridor has a Twin Peaks, a Bombshells, a Hooters, and there's a fourth one that's there. I don't know what the other restaurant that they have there. She goes, what kind of horniness is going down here?
I'm telling you, man.
I was like, oh, we're in Joe's hood.
We're in the trifecta. She won't go to none of those. She's gonna be like, no, I'm not going there, Joe.
Never.
Oh, and we have another Cacapeño report here from MySA.
Oh,
it says no illnesses have been reported, but shoppers should check bottles with November best buy dates. So they're recalling this jalapeno salad dressing sold at HEB, recalled over salmonella risk. So now everything that's been in contact with the caca lettuce and now the cacapeños, everything's being recalled now. You can't eat healthy no more, Mike.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And like I said, I had a friend who got sick from a salad, because of the whole caca lettuce.
The cacapeño.
And it's not like she got it from an HEB. She went to a restaurant, and you would figure they would have healthy food there, but no. Didn't happen, Joe. Didn't happen. Happy birthday again to Sean Quintero. Again, he's the big wig over at PF Chang's La Cantera. Go visit him and go tell him a happy birthday wish from you guys. Joe, Gina Ortiz-Jones, give me the over-under a number of Spurs games she attends this year.
0. She will not attend no Spurs games. The only game she attended was because she was coming out on national TV, right?
How did she get the ticket? Journalist in San Antonio, Michael Carlos, even if you want to consider yourself a journalist, how did she get that ticket? Who paid for it?
Yeah.
Did she notate that in the city ledger?
Was it purchased by the taxpayers of San Antonio?
Or was it an illegal donation? Who gave you that money? Who gave you that ticket? Because if you get a ticket to a Spurs game and it's lower level NBA Finals, The value of that ticket's a few $1,000s minimum, right? You're taking money. Who gave you that ticket?
Yeah.
If it was the Spurs, I guess it's okay. They're the ones hosting. But if it was a donor, if it was a business, who gave you that money? Now, who gave you that ticket? Who gave you that money? Because that ticket is worth money. I don't know. You see these. You saw this journalist in Houston, KPRC news anchor, who got suspended because she took tickets to go see a concert. I think it was a Bruno Mars concert that was given to her by, I don't know, some company. They invited her, and they said that that's kind of pay to play type of thing. I can see that. Conflict of interest. I can see that. But we've seen city council. What they got tickets to Kanye West's concert there on the 4th of July.
Yeah.
And they had to say, oh, yeah, we were given tickets. Who's giving these tickets? It's not Ticketmaster. Who's giving these tickets? Go follow that.
Sometimes what happens is that these organizations, or like say concerts or whatever, they'll go ahead and give an X number of tickets to the mayor of the city, right? Or the council people. But then it comes out that they partook of the ticket or whatever that was given to them. And now you have a problem.
Joy, JC, the T-Man, says she got it from a legit consultant. Where did the consultant get it? Was it one of these? Was it one of those?
It says now city council and NCAA. Remember, they had a number of NCAA tickets that got purchased, right? For city council, the mayor could have gone and all that, but some chose not to go and others did. And then they were like, whoa, they have to go ahead and pay for the ticket back. I think that was a KSAT 12 investigation into how some of these city council people were able to go ahead and attend the NCAA tournament.
Ridiculous, man. Can't stand that woman. I can't respect her because she dresses like a slob. And her politics suck.
The Burlington clearance rack.
And I'm not trying to be like an ass about it, but dress the part, man. Dress the part. I'm not saying that she needs to be dressed to the nines, but dress professionally. It's just brutal.
You know what I saw the other day? I got to find it again. I think it was on Insta. They had some audio, man, of a homeless woman reporting that she saw Bigfoot over here off of 151 in Culebra. That was hilarious, dude. I need to find that again. I was going to, wanted to play it on the show because I thought it was a good, little segment there. I got to find it again. It was hilarious, man. She's describing something eating a deer carcass, a dead deer. She's saying it's big. You need to come out here. She's calling the SAPD, right? 911 and all that. It's funny, dude. You all got to hear this. Look, there's a disappointed the show didn't make Shut Up Gina shirts. Now it's too late. The Shut Up Gina shirts are still there, dude. If you all want to buy them, just go to the store.
Yeah, but we need new ones that don't say Prop A, Prop B because they've already passed.
Yeah, well, we can make.
We just need one that says "Shut Up, Gina." Just leave it at that.
Shut up, Gina. That's it. That's the thing. Shut up, Gina.
That's it.
No, the mayor was. They said the mayor main concern was saving Bottom Exchange from being closed down. No,
it closed down, right?
She was the one that wanted it closed down to begin with. That's why she was imposing that they go ahead and do something with their sprinkler system because they already had one in there, but it was aging, probably not up to code because the building's old and not up to code. So it has a lot of issues. But now that they haven't had the money, because nowadays when you want to go ahead and put in a brand new sprinkler system that's up to code, it's expensive.
But you know what's so funny about all that? About it not having a sprinkler system? What's across the street from the Bottom Exchange?
What is it?
The fire department. The firefighters wouldn't even need to leave the fire station. They could just turn on the hoses and just stand from their location and spray down that building. It doesn't have sprinkler system.
No me pasa nada. You'll be all right.
Get out of here, man. They're right there. They're right there.
They just open the fire hydrant and hook the hose up. We're good, dog. Don't even bring the truck out.
I know. Don't even have to start the truck, man. But what's it called? And then also Jason saying to go check out the media share, by the way.
Oh, okay.
And no, I don't believe in Bigfoot.
Oh my God.
What did Mitch Hedberg say, the comedian? It's like Bigfoot's blurry.
Always blurry. And there it is. This is what they sent us in the media share. It says May 5th will now be recognized nationally as Cinco de Mayo in honor of Commanders quarterback Jaden Williams. Jaden Daniels, shall I say.
Daniels.
Oh God.
Yeah, they're making fun of him. It's a stupid thing, man. He got all pissed off that his jersey wasn't retired by LSU.
Yeah.
Who cares? Look at the Cowboys, man. The Cowboys have had several players in the Ring of Honor or future Ring of Honor who've had the number 88.
Yeah.
This is what it is, man. It's just a number.
Oh,
Just a
look,
number.
somebody sent the video. This is funny, dude. Let's see if I can unmute it. This is courtesy of TikTok. So let's go ahead and play this one, dude. She's describing what she saw.
San Antonio 911, do you need police, fire, or EMS?
I'm not real sure, ma'am. I just watched the biggest it was a critter, but it smelled real bad. I'm a homeless female. I live right in the middle of the woods, around 151, just north of Claver on 1604 where the light is. This big thing was 75 feet away from me, smells awful, devoured a whole deer carcass, and then took off and, like, screamed, screeched, and took off across the street. And I know you guys are going to think I'm crazy, but I'm dead serious. There was something very big, a lot bigger than me, out here. So, I just thought somebody should know. I really don't know what you can do about it.
How long ago did this happen?
This is, I won't, like, immediately. Like, I just, yeah. I don't know if animal control, I mean, it's
Okay,
huge.
again, now tell me, where was it? This is at 151 in Calabria?
Okay, yeah, like, you know, the light at 151, just up from Calabria on 1604 where 1604 split, and you can get off on the access road to Calabria, or you can take 151.
Right.
That light right there is, yes, right in there. It is a very large, hairy animal of some kind.
Now, was it standing on 2 or 4? Or?
Well, if I told you it was standing on 2 legs, you're going to think I'm crazy, but I'm serious. It ran off at breaking limbs and trees. And it kind of screeched, howled, and a very creepy, scary thing. Because, like I said, I live in a tent. We're in the woods. So,
You live in a tent?
Yes, ma'am. I'm a homeless female. I live in a tent in the woods, and I just saw this freaky, scary, very large creature devour a deer and run off across the road. So, I don't know.
Is there any way that we can have an officer contact you?
Yeah, I guess it's this number. But I'd really prefer, like, animal control or somebody bigger than me. But I appreciate it. I just thought somebody should know that there's a very large animal in the vicinity.
Now, the deer was walking around and...
You know, the deer was dead, and it got devoured. It was a carcass.
Okay, and do you see signs of
So they call on to ask her if she's seen signs of blood and this, and she's like, I ain't going out there and checking this thing out. I'm good. You know, send somebody out here. Send animal control. Send somebody.
It ate a whole deer carcass.
A whole deer carcass.
I mean, as JC the T-Man says, never change, San Antonio, never change. Yeah, this whole thing just reminds me of the movie Anchorman.
Oh, God.
What does Sex Panther smell like?
What?
Remember that girl? It smells like Bigfoot's dick. This is worse than when the raccoon got in the copier. And they start spraying him down.
Oh, my God. That's funny.
too.
But stories about this damn thing have been circulating all over here off of Highway 151, the Culebra area out here by 1604. Forever, man. Even before they had, so before they used to have this little sliver of like woods, right? Because they had this one little road that connected you when you were coming off the access road from 151, and you would take this little road and you would get on 1604, or you could stay on the access road for Culebra. They did away with that, right? So now it's just the access road, or you take that other flyover now that they have to get on 1604 from 151. But even beyond that, they had like people hoaxing stuff behind like the Home Depot in that area, saying, oh, Bigfoot and this and that. There was this one guy that said he shot him and he was going to roll out the body, and it was just all defunct, you know, it was made up video. Somebody was in a suit and whatnot. I don't know, dude.
Have we seen this creature and Gina Ortiz Jones in the same room before?
No.
Maybe they're the same person, the same entity.
Oh, who knows, dude? There's just all sorts of nonsense that goes on out there. I mean, for the most part, I mean, the place is very urban, right?
Whatever she's on, dude, that was a hell of a drug, man. Hell of a drug.
Living in the woods. I mean, there've even been people that have been seen out there sometimes hunting the deer and stuff, coming out of the woods in ghillie suits and whatnot, illegal hunting, you know?
Well, Joe, let's call it a lunch, my man. I got to get back to work.
Yeah.
It's going to be brisket for me for lunch. So I'm going to go check that out. Everyone have a fantastic day. We'll be back tomorrow talking sports and pop culture. Go Spurs, go. And what else, Joe? No, Gina, no.
No, Gina,
she thought she had it. She thought she had it. Wasn't there, baby.
Well, we found out today's show is Mike believes in Bigfoot. All right. We'll see you boys tomorrow. Be safe. We're out. Peace.